Welcome students. In this video lecture, we start the third chapter, that is kinetic theory of gases and radiation. This is introduction to this chapter. There is kinetic theory of matter to explain the properties of matter, and there is kinetic theory of gases to explain the properties of gases. You know, there are three states of matter, that are solid, liquid, and gases. The study of solid is in your first chapter, that is rotational dynamics. In this first chapter, rotational dynamics, we study about circular motion and rotational motion of solid. Then second chapter in your syllabus is mechanical properties of fluids. Fluids, that is liquid. In this chapter we study the properties of liquid. And the third chapter, kinetic theory of gases and radiation, that is heat radiations. In introduction of this chapter is studied in 11th standard. Difference between solid, liquid and gas. In case of solid, you know, distance between any two atoms or molecules is very small, and therefore there is very strong force of attraction between any two molecules of solids, and therefore molecules of a solid are bound to each other and they cannot move from one place to another place. The molecules of a solid only vibrates about their mean position, and therefore the solids have definite shape and size. Then in case of a liquid, the distance between any two molecules is large, and therefore there is less force of attraction between any two molecules of a liquid, and therefore the molecules of a liquid has translational motion. They can move inside the liquid, and therefore liquids have not definite shape and size, but liquids have only definite volume. Then in case of a gas, the distance between any two molecules of a gas is very large, and therefore the intermolecular force of attraction is very less, that is negligible or zero. That is, the gas molecules are free to move anywhere, and therefore the gas molecules have translational motion. Some heavy gas molecules may have vibrational motion as well as rotational motion. As the intermolecular force of attraction is very less or negligible, that is zero, at normal temperature and pressure, the gas molecule can occupy all the available space, and therefore the volume of a gas is equal to the volume of container. Then in case of a gas, to study the properties of gas, we have to measure some macroscopic quantities, that is the pressure P, volume V and temperature T of a gas. These are the variable parameters किंवा variable quantities of a gas to explain the state of a gas. And the relation between any two variables of a gas when third variable is kept constant is called as gas laws. Then absolute zero temperature we have studied. Absolute zero temperature is the lowest possible temperature, that is minus 273.15 degree centigrade, which is equal to 0 degree Kelvin. But normal temperature and pressure is 0 degree centigrade, that is 273 Kelvin. Normal or standard temperature and pressure, NTP or STP. Temperature is 273 Kelvin and pressure is 1.013 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. Then in this video we study ideal gas, then ideal gas equation and the gas laws. The first gas law we have studied is Boyle's law. Boyle's law, that is the relation between pressure and volume किंवा volume and pressure at constant temperature. The Boyle's law states that the volume of a given mass of a gas is inversely proportional to the pressure of a gas at constant temperature, or pressure of a given mass of a gas is inversely proportional to its volume at constant temperature T. Therefore, we can write P is proportional to 1 upon V, or V is proportional to 1 upon P at constant T. Therefore, we get PV is equal to constant at constant temperature. From Boyle's law, the product of pressure and volume remains constant if temperature is kept constant. That is, if volume increases, the pressure decreases, and vice versa. The volume changes, the pressure changes such that the product PV remains constant. Therefore, as PV is equal to constant, if pressure, initial pressure are P1, volume is V1, then we can write P1 into V1 is equal to constant. And if both these values changes from P2 as a final pressure and V2 as a final volume, then also P2 into V2 is equal to constant at constant temperature, and we get P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. This is useful to solve example. Then second gas law is Charles' law, the relation between volume and absolute temperature at constant pressure. This Charles' law states that the volume of a given mass of a gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature at constant pressure. Therefore, V is directly proportional to T at constant P. If temperature increases, when gas is heated, its temperature increases, then gas expands, that is, its volume also increases. That is, the volume of a gas is directly proportional to the absolute temperature at constant pressure. V is proportional to T at constant P. Therefore, V upon T is equal to constant. If initial values of volume and temperature are V1 and T1, and these value changes to final values V2 and T2 are the final values of volume and then temperature. V1 upon T1 is equal to constant. Similarly, V2 upon T2 is equal to constant, and therefore we get V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. Then third gas law is Gay-Lussac's law. Gay-Lussac's law, that is the relation between pressure and absolute temperature at constant volume. Gay-Lussac's law states that the pressure of a given mass of a gas is directly proportional to the absolute temperature of a gas at constant volume V. Therefore, mathematically we can write P is proportional to T, capital T, at constant V. And therefore P upon T is equal to constant. If temperature increases, the pressure of a gas also increases, and therefore ratio of P upon T is equal to constant at constant volume V. Therefore, if pressure changes, temperature changes at constant volume, and if P1 and T1 are initial values of pressure and temperature, then P1 upon T1 is equal to constant, and P2 and T2 are the final values of pressure and temperature of a gas, changed values at constant volume. Then P2 upon T2 is equal to constant, and therefore we get P1 upon T1 is equal to P2 upon T2. This formula is useful to solve example, and thus the three gas laws are P is proportional to 1 upon V, or V is proportional to 1 upon P at constant T. Then Charles' law, V is proportional to T at constant P. Then Gay-Lussac's law is P is proportional to capital T at constant V. Then combining these three gas laws, we get P is proportional to T upon V. That is, PV upon T is equal to constant, and this constant is denoted by letter capital R. This is the general gas laws. That is, P1 V1 upon T1 is equal to P2 V2 upon T2 is equal to constant. This is Avogadro's law. This law is also called as Avogadro's law. PV upon T is equal to constant is equal to R. This capital R is called as universal gas constant, and capital R is same for all gas at all temperatures and pressures. And from this equation, PV is equal to RT. This is the ideal gas equation for 1 mole of a gas. If there are n moles of a gas, then this ideal gas equation becomes PV is equal to nRT, because P and V are directly proportional to N also, number of moles of a gas. The value of R is 8.314 joule per mole Kelvin, and if N are the number of moles of a gas, we see the concept of 1 mole of a gas. A gas containing fixed number of molecules is called as 1 mole of a gas, and the number of molecules in 1 mole of a gas is called as Avogadro's number. and this number of molecules in 1 mole of a gas denoted by letter Na is equal to 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 molecules. This is Avogadro's number, and the mass of 1 mole of a gas is called as molecular mass. Molecular mass or molecular weight of that gas. And therefore, if capital M is total mass of a gas and MO is the molecular weight, that is mass of 1 mole, then capital M divided by MO, molecular weight, gives the number of moles, N. Similarly, if capital N are number of molecules of a given gas and Na are the number of molecules in 1 mole of a gas, that is Avogadro's number, then N upon Na is equal to N, small n, that is number of moles of a gas. From this ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT, we get R is equal to PV divided by NT. Therefore, unit of R can be explained from this formula. R is equal to PV divided by NT. P, pressure, Newton per meter square, pressure, force per unit area, into volume, meter cube, divided by N म्हणजे mole आणि T is in Kelvin. Then numerator becomes Newton into meter divided by mole Kelvin. Newton into meter म्हणजे force into displacement, that is work done, that is joule. Therefore, unit of R becomes joule per mole into Kelvin. Then in this ideal gas equation, temperature must be in unit Kelvin. Then capital R is constant and Na is constant, and this ratio R upon Na is also constant, and this constant is denoted by letter K किंवा K suffix B, Kb. Kb is called as Boltzmann constant. Kb is the ratio of universal gas constant R divided by Avogadro's number Na, and therefore this putting value of capital R is equal to K into Na किंवा N, ideal gas equation becomes PV is equal to capital N Kb into T. PV is equal to capital N Kb into T, and from K is equal to R upon Na, we get R is equal to K into Na. R is equal to K into Na, and therefore ideal gas equation becomes PV is equal to N Kb into T. Thus, this ideal gas equation is also called as equation of state, because the state of a gas is completely described by using the physical quantities pressure P, volume V, and absolute temperature T. Then definition of ideal gas is a gas which satisfies ideal gas equation at all pressures and temperatures is called as an ideal gas.